everyone, I'm Janice Davis, and this is MMORPG.com's The List. When discussing the massively multiplayer landscape, the announcement of a brand new project never fails to catch attention. Over the years, there's been quite a few titles enter development, though for a variety of reasons, they don't make it to launch. The titles on this list include just that, projects that had great appeal but never came to fruition. So here it goes, 5 MMOs that we wistfully remember.
Number 5, Midgard. Midgard was intended to be Funcom's second MMOG. Unveiled at E3 in the summer of 2001, shortly before the launch of Anarchy Online, Midgard was put on hold before the end of that year. Rumor had it this happened as a part of a major downsizing, and this status officially became permanent several months later. The immediate reason why Midgard grabbed so many gamers was that its underlying concept had clear potential to be both different and innovative. While its foundation was the history and myths of the Viking era, the game was to be more than just an MMORPG in a Dark Ages Norse setting. As one notable point of differentiation, it would incorporate a substantial strategic element focused on resource management and economics. This may not sound groundbreaking or even unusual now, but back then, such aspects were typically far less important than they have become. In Midgard, the characters would all be human and they would adopt a wide range of professions, including quite a few that seemed likely to be oriented more towards social interaction than combat. Trading, crafting, gathering, hunting, fishing. What's more, Midgard would also have a meaningful political element. Ambitious players would have the chance to become village chiefs and control large territories, but only if they were astute enough to keep the residents content. Similarly, especially capable merchants could aspire to build their own commercial empires. Although little information ever came out about it, the possibility that Midgard might help the MMO category to take a meaningful step forward in the area of storytelling also intrigued many. The project lead was Ragnar Tornquist, who had just finished making the highly acclaimed adventure release The Longest Journey. In addition, he as a developer had a very strong interest in making something different, which he would demonstrate later as the team leader on The Secret World. Number 4, Privateer Online. As extensions of its hugely popular Wing Commander franchise, Origin had released Wing Commander Privateer in 1993, and Privateer 2, The Darkening, 3 years later. A third offering was announced and cancelled in 1998. Nonetheless, there was still considerable interest in both the main IP and the spin-off, which added mercenary play and was more exploration-oriented. According to seemingly credible but unconfirmed reports, preliminary concept work on Wing Commander Online was done around 1997. It doesn't appear that this endeavor was ever actually greenlit for development, but this isn't clear either way. In any event, Privateer Online did get the go-ahead, probably sometime between late 1998 and the middle of '99. The team assembled to make it was as experienced as anyone could ask for at the time, including senior members of the group that created and launched Ultima Online. For reasons that remain unknown, the project was cancelled before it had progressed far enough to be announced, likely in the early part of 2000. Maybe EA opted not to move forward with 2 space MMOGs that might compete against each other for the same audience. Or perhaps the company's ties to and faith in the entire Wing Commander IP had eroded since creator Chris Roberts left Origin in 1996. No matter why, Privateer Online's potential intrigued many. Number 3, Project Copernicus. Star baseball player Curt Schilling had the connections as well as access to the kind of funding necessary to try and create an MMO. In 2006, nearing the end of his career, he took a step toward life after athletics by founding Green Monster Games. This created huge buzz, mainly due to his celebrity status, but also due to the others he recruited, including fantasy author R.A. Salvatore and comic book writer, artist, and toy designer Todd McFarlane. Their participation in any meaningful creative capacity was enough to grab a lot of interest. A couple of years passed, with only a few small bits of information about what the studio was working on. This being normal, it didn't raise significant questions. However, as more and more months went by and no announcement of the game, rumblings began and then increased in both frequency and volume. The gist was that not revealing the project must mean it was experiencing significant development issues. In mid-2010, 38 Studios moved to Rhode Island, where it had obtained a $75 million loan guarantee based on the promise to bring hundreds of jobs to the state. However, less than 2 years later, the company closed its doors in May 2012, with Project Copernicus still not officially unveiled. Even now, the thought of an MMOG, where R.A. Salvatore is responsible for the lore and Todd McFarlane for the art direction, holds great appeal. Number 2. Project Titan. When it launched in 2004, World of Warcraft reshaped the video game market by soaring to levels of popularity that no one could have predicted. It wasn't long before many gamers wondered what Blizzard's second MMOG would be like. Although concepts must have been discussed earlier, nothing really concrete was heard until 2007. The existence of a development project was confirmed the following year, as was the information that it would use a new IP. Nothing more of note was revealed until 2010, when the working name Titan leaked. Then in mid-2013, the project was rebooted, and gamers heard that it wouldn't be a subscription MMO. In September 2014, though, the studio revealed that the still unannounced game had been cancelled. A few reports surfaced on what Project Titan was intended to be, many suspecting it was an ambitious endeavor in a science fiction setting and with a very substantial social interaction-focused, non-combat element. Number 1. World of Darkness. The World of Darkness universe first came to many gamers' attention 20 years ago or so, well before its publisher, White Wolf, merged with CCP in 2006. At that time, it came out that some initial work was already underway for a World of Darkness MMO, although the project wasn't officially announced until autumn 2009. When EVE Online was introduced to the world, grognards may remember it was called EVE: The Second Genesis at that time, and also that it didn't fare very well when it launched in 2003. By 2006, however, it was established well enough so that gamers started to wonder what the studio would do next. The idea of World of Darkness had surfaced to many gamers during the development of Vampire the Masquerade: Bloodlines, a single-player RPG that shipped in 2004. Due to all these factors, gamers were particularly pleased when it was revealed that World of Darkness MMO was in progress at CCP. But of course, disappointment ensued by the news that the project had been cancelled after being worked on for at least 6 to 7 years, even though the World of Darkness franchise has the potential to offer an exceptional MMORPG.
Well, there you have it. 5 MMO projects that wanted to be but didn't quite make it to launch. Which almost game projects do you wistfully remember? We'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm Janice Davis for MMORPG.com. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you online in the next realm.